Chapter 14. Prepare for departure. The shark lay just outside the tide, where the sea was flat and green, where swirls of herring tried to hide from predators unseen. The sea would rise with gusts of wind to gently kiss her bow, and then drop back to the foam again. A rendezvous? Nay, I pray, just a random tryst, I prow. Lime and me leaned on her rails and watched the morning molding, watched her yawn and stretch long finger trails, orange-black, gray-blue to golden. We waved at crews on fishing boats as they sailed out the harbor. We watched the terns and the seagulls play, chasing one another, catching up drafts with their wings, marvelous creatures of flight, lifting them, kites with no strings, until almost out of sight. 'Twas all so keen, so clean, serene, like all is right here on the water. 5 days only it has been, though most a lifetime it doth seem, since we left our homeland harbor. The morning now was cool and clear, gentle breeze a-blowin'. We watched as Gus's crew drew near, some 10 of them a-rowin'. "Permission to come aboard?" one asked. I think his name was Zeke. Joe met them with a welcome hand and called out, "Come indeed!" Carpenters came with all their gear, intent on obligation. Disturbing dreams, driving nails, replacing beams, mending sails, shattering silent, peaceful sphere, a raucous abomination. One fella swung a package up and tossed it on the deck. "Chandler says 'tis for some young pup. He says, don't get it wet." Joe jerked a thumb in my direction, said, "'Tis for you, young buddy." I grabbed the wrapped collection, dragged it to the cuddy. Aunt Harmy's face appeared at length when I rapped on Cuddy's door. "Aunt Harmy, I've got some things for you." "Child, whatever for?" Another voice from Cuddy came. Oh no, that young lass from the water. "Let's go see," I heard her plain, "that captain's naked daughter." I grit my teeth and almost said, "I am not a child." But I held my half-grown tongue instead, just stood there, feeling reviled. "I suppose we should bring this package in, get it open if we must. Morgan, meet Rosanna Lynn." But I was gone like dust. I ran from bow to stern of craft, looked for Snell or Figgins. One of them could put a man to work, maybe up among the riggins. Running, mumbling all the while about Aunt Harmy's belittling tongue. Can't any of these olders see that I've become a man? 'Twas like a beehive all around me. The shark was quickly getting well. Broken yard arm, twisted beams, patched up planks and stitched up seams. At this rate, we'd soon say farewell. Got some work from Gus's jobbers, carried timbers to the bridge. Someone hollered, "Hold this, laddie! Need to whack off a smidge." Stayed with what's-his-name all morning. Every order I did follow. Sweat was pouring off my forehead. Wished Aunt Harmy could see me now. What's-his-name tossed me a hammer, showed me how to use a wedge. Blisters on my palms and fingers, aching, sweaty, halfway dead. Then Great Uncle Willem saw me, smiled, went along his way. That was worth the blisters on me. Blimey, that was worth the pay. Noontime came. We stopped construction. Everyone on Gus's crew. I trotted down to where my bro was lunching, found him doling out the brew. "I wondered, Morgan, where you been? People looking high and low. Snell and Figgers and some other men. And that new girl Andy wanted us to know. Have you seen that Miss Rosanna? She ain't got no pa or mother." I squinted at my younger brother. "Have I seen Miss Rosa who?" Now, Mally, who must have thought I'm older, poured extra rum into my tin. Whilst guzzling, a tap came on my shoulder, and turning, what a surprise. Mouthful of rum, I was struck dumb, staring full into the eyes of sweet, young Miss Rosanna Lynn. Because of devilish rabble-rouser, I was devoid of skirts or trousers. These fit so very well and good. I'd like to thank you, if I could. Oh, and I'll be joining to Cadiz. Your auntie asked, and I said, please. But I hadn't heard a single word. And, of course, I dropped my tin. Chapter 15. How we said goodbye to Port Bastia. So it was Sunday then, and time to go. Aunt Harmy, she had another thought. It was the Lord's Day. It's the Lord's Day, Willem. We'll not sail today. No, we'll not. Cap was waiting for such a problem. He had his answer ready. Harmy, he leveled at her, nice and steady. Harmy, we shall leave Bastia today. But here's what we shall do. We'll set an hour of prayer aside each Sunday for you and any crew. Any Jack who wants to join you for a Bible reading, we'll allow her an hour just after lunch. That's final. No more pleading. Aunt Harmy frowned and stared at Cap, looked at him rather smugly. He turned round and walked toward me. Morgan, prepare a dinghy. Harmy was screeching. Final? Really? Look who's preaching. Captain Willem Harmony. And she spat out, we would just see. Willem squinted eyes upon her, finally shrugged his shoulders. I'll have no one aboard my ship who will not follow orders. Morgan, give the boys a hand and put her in that boat. Keep a rope tied to one end and toss her down a tote. Anyone who wants to join her, step up. Now's your chance. Cap turned then upon his heel without a second glance. No one else was willing to countermand the Cap. Not even Klein, nor Warren, nor Venn, nor other Shanghaied took a step. Aunt Harmy then got in the boat, and we fellows let her down. 30 feet of line went out. Lime was almost crying. A light chop was on the water as Joe called out, set sail. Arms crossed, jaws set, defiant, sat Willem's brother's daughter, as we three, Lime, Rosanna Lynn, and me, leaned against the rail.